Well, hello to everyone. My name is Brenda. We have Laura, Mariano, and Rick, and we are so happy that you have joined us today for our Surge365 presentation. We allow you now to go invite folks, share it with them. We're on Facebook Live, so that makes it even easier for you to invite your friends and family members to see what you're so excited about with Surge365. So without any further delay, and stick around because we're going to have some training right after the presentation. So without any further delay, we're going to get ready to get started here, and we're going to throw it over to Mariano. Mariano, take it away.
Thanks, Brenda. So what I'm trying to do, folks, is bring up the slides right now. Let me try that again. Be nice if I screen shared it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we want to do, folks, is we want to share with you the new presentation that was just released yesterday that talks about, what it is we're all about. And it's actually a pretty cool presentation because it's really very timely with what's actually going on right now. So, when we talk about this first slide about time for something new, in a lot of cases, it will be for folks that, are struggling with what in kind of employment they're going to have, or if the job they have currently is going to be there, or maybe they're just looking for something to get them through the tough times here until their job actually comes back. But what I want to share with you is that, even though we're going to tell you there's a lot of money to be made, we're not going to promise you anything because we don't know how you're going to work or, who the people are that and those kind of things. So this income disclosure statement is just the legalese to let you know that there is a great potential, but there's no guarantees because it's all about what you do. So when we're talking about time for something new, there's some questions that we want to ask you to kind of get you in the right frame of mind about what we're trying to explain right now. So do you believe the world as we know it has changed? Well, that's a big resounding yes, right? And do you have a plan for this new world? I don't think any of us had any idea of how this is going to impact us. So, so we want to ask you if you mind if we explore an option, because we know there's a lot of people right now that have to consider other options because again, they don't know what they're going to go back to. And so the other thing that we know is that we're not in this, we're not, all of us are being affected, or a lot of us are. And so we want to ask you is that, do you know anyone that is employed but uncertain about their future? There's probably about 20 million people right now or more, right? How about working from home? And that's what a lot of people are doing now, especially staying at home because they don't have another option. Or how about folks who are employed but making less than before? We've actually seen that, and we've heard a lot of those stories. Or how about being unemployed or furloughed and that they lost their income? In fact, there's too many stories about that, so we know that's for sure. And how about being an essential worker and working in a dangerous conditions? Because those that are working on the front lines and even truckers, I heard a story last night about those folks being exposed to things that because again they are working and trying to make things happen. So the final question is, which category are you in? And so I think it's safe to say that one of us, that we're all in one of these situations, if not several of them. So what we want to share with you is, what if we could replace that income and never have someone else decide if your job is essential or not? Stop and think about that for a second. How about being in a situation where you can earn additional income to enjoy a better lifestyle or replace the income that you just lost? And these are pretty, significant things to be asking yourself. And what if you could work from home and possibly make more than you previously did or do now? So those are the kind of things that we want to share with you, because when you ask the question, how is it possible? Well, first of all, you can start a home business, and this is exactly what we're talking about. This is the best time ever to build a business network, believe it or not, because there's a lot of people that are home, looking for options, and so you can align yourself with a company that's got a proven track record, and you can make thousands right now, and we're gonna, that may be hard to believe, but we're going to show you how you can do that. And then you can even do it part-time if you like. So, depending on what your situation is or what your approach is or what your feelings are, you have lots of options. So these are the gentlemen that they're our founders that have a proven track record. And, you can kind of see him in the background there, but Coach Lloyd Tomer, he's our chief visionary officer. He, along with his son, Scott Tomer, were two of the original founders of the company. And then Chris Coakley as president of Surge365, just joined them when Surge365 started. But, these guys have helped thousands just like you and me earn significant income. They've successfully built businesses through the 9/11 situation and the Great Recession, amongst other things that have occurred. And they have already paid some serious benefits and monies to some people. I want you to pay attention to these numbers I'm going to share with you right now. They've paid more than $50,000 bonuses. And I'm proud to say that I'm a recipient of several of those. Over $610,000 bonuses. So I'm still working on my first one, but the bottom line is that, people like Rick and Brenda have earned multiple bonuses of that size. There's also been $1 million bonuses that have been paid, and I was at the convention when those were handed out, and that was a sight to see. But what you got to understand is that they're willing and more and able to pay more of those. Okay. So they've also produced more than $200 million earners. And so when you stop and think, I want you to think about that for a second, because that is serious money, right? And so you could be one of these people and one of those recipients. So anyway, they're doing it again because of what we have to offer you. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what some other experts in the industry say, or in the business world say. And Warren Buffett had something really profound to say when he said, things you like to do should be a hobby of yours, but the things the world does should be a business of yours. And so, travel has been the world's largest industry for decades. And so when we talk about being the largest industry, it's like over 8.3 trillion. Okay. And even in times right now, of course, travel isn't as frequent as it used to be, but it's going to change here in the near future as we start to open the company or the country and the world back up. It is essential to the world economy. And, even when you realize that travel is down right now, it's going to come back in a big way. There's many countries' economics are travel and tourism based. When you stop and think about Italy, for example, their travel and tourism industry is paramount to their existence. And there's a lot of other countries like that as well. So, we know that the demand for travel is going to explode. And, and all these canceled vacations are going to be rescheduled. In fact, I will tell you that right now is the best time to be rescheduling those vacations, because now that you've got your family home with you and you have the time to discuss the options and what like that, it's a great diversion, to spend some quality time with your family and talk about where you guys want to go on vacation once this craziness is over with. Whether it's 6 months out or a year from now. And not to mention that you'll find some of the best deals available right now. So we encourage you to do that. Or even just weekend getaways, that are going to be considered therapeutic because, right now people just want to get out and get away, right? And it doesn't have to be thousands of miles away. So how about that family vacation that are going to be enjoyed or that will be enjoyed? All those, are certainly on the list. So, the resorts and cruises will offer lower prices, and they're offering them right now. So we know that when that happens, there's going to be billions of dollars that are going to be made. And because, the industry and all of those providers, the resorts, the cruise lines, the hotel chains, all those folks are just chomping at the bit, waiting for people to come back to visit them. So we want you to get your share. And, the travel site that you're going to get with the package allows you to make money 24/7. Because, again, people all over the world are traveling, and then we can take advantage of that. It's the industry's most successful host agency, and it's fully accredited. And, with this capability, we've already had more than $3 billion in travel sales. Okay, so we know that it works. The company has paid out over $250 million to our agents as far as commissions is concerned. And so this is the site that we're talking about. It's the Vortex. It's a free service that we offer folks, and all they have to do is register for it. And it's a real quick process, about 2 minutes, and you've got access to it. You can make money 24/7 with your online travel site, and it's, like I said, free access for your family, coworkers, and acquaintances. And there's no limit to the number of people that you can give this access to, not only in numbers but around the world. So you want to give it out to everybody that you know and ask them to do you a favor and do the same. So again, it's the same hotels, cruises, and car rentals as you've used before, or that are, on all those other well-known sites. But what I want to share with you real quickly is that what our algorithm does with the Vortex is that it searches, 15 of the most popular sites. And once it finds the lowest price, it sets the Vortex price up to 60% lower than that. So you're getting those same hotels, cruises, and rental cars for less. So, this is the biggest difference, all right? Because 9 times out of 10, we're going to save you money. And so, why would you want to pay full price when you don't have to? So the biggest part, and from a money making standpoint, is that you're going to earn 60% of whatever it is those folks save. And that can be substantial income, okay? So this host agency that we were talking about, it's going to show you how you can make thousands on group travel, okay? Whether it's a club or an organization or groups that you belong to, you can help, set up those family and class reunions as well. If you want to be a destination wedding specialist, you can do that too. There's an experienced staff that assists you every step of the way. And in many cases, they'll do a bulk of the work. And you can also earn free vacations, okay? So, when you talk about traveling, that's the way you want to do it. So you also can qualify for industry credentials and benefits. So like, if you want to become a full-fledged travel agent, we have all the training available, and it doesn't cost you anything. It's part of the package. And if you want to travel like a rock star, you want to be a travel agent, okay? So the TOP, or the travel owner package program, member has perks and benefits, and it's discounts at thousands of restaurants and retailers. There's also wholesale travel pricing on personal travel, which are bigger discounts than the Vortex. And you're going to save up to 70% on hotels and resorts, okay? Now you're also going to, on cruises and rental cars, you're going to save up to 30%, okay? Or 30% off, what I should say. And there's this vacation vault that allows you to earn free vacations in addition to compensation from customer purchases. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that, but the bottom line is that when you hand that Vortex link out to all your friends and family, whenever they use the tool, you're going to get some things that we call reward credits. And that's where the vacation vault comes into play. So, vacations are necessary. And these are some statistics that we want to share with you, because I think inherently we know that vacations are good for you, but I don't think many of us understood how important they can be. Because, the American Medical Association found out with a study that they did that annual vacations can reduce heart disease risk by 32%. Stop and think about that, especially like in reference with it, in what we're going through right now. This should be the number one thing that doctors prescribe, right? So, the Wisconsin Medical Journal did a study and found out that marital satisfaction is linked to vacation frequency. Well, that's pretty much a no-brainer, but because if you spend that quality time with your better half or your family, it allows you to build those relationships and make them stronger all the time. So that makes a whole lot of sense. Now, with the University of Pittsburgh, when they did their study, they found out that vacations contribute to higher positive emotional levels, less depression, lower blood pressure, and smaller waistlines. Well, I'm going to refute that smaller waistline thing, because it all depends on where you go or what you do, right? Because if you've ever been on a cruise, you know that you have all the food you can eat. So smaller waistlines may not apply there. But anyhow, there was an oars organization that did some research and they found out that lower stress or that going on vacation, you can lower stress and boost your immune system up to 10 months. Imagine that, just going on a vacation that have a 10-month impact on your stress levels and your immune system. Again, you need to go on vacation, right? So, you also, Business Insider, they did a study and found out that when you go on vacation, you can double your chances of getting a raise or a bonus. And when you stop and think about it, it makes sense, right? Because when you go on vacation, you get away from all the craziness. You regenerate your thoughts, you clear your mind. So when you come back, you're refreshed and ready to go with better ideas, and you're a better employee. So these are only 5 of the things that, that are obvious, or that we found that are important for you to understand how vacations can help you and why they're necessary. So we want to make sure that you never miss another vacation, because as part of our programs, you're going to get an annual 7-night vacation reward to destinations all over the world. In fact, we're going to share here with you that there's 135 locations in North America and the Caribbean. There's 23 in Central and South America, and 44 in Europe, 26 in Asia, Africa, and the South Pacific. And, to qualify for this trip, there's no sales or customer or commission requirements, because you see, the only thing you got to do to qualify for this is just remain active for 12 consecutive months. And, there is a $99 reservation fee that you have to pay for the room. And this vacation only covers the accommodations, but, the travel or the method of or mode of travel, you have to cover yourself. But the bottom line is that, you're getting a vacation for 7 nights at one of 3,000 locations around the world, at these locations we just shared with you here, these destinations, and it's worth thousands of dollars. So you're actually, obviously making money. You're way ahead of the game. So here's some of these 3,000 worldwide resorts that we're talking about. If you want to go to Orlando, and there's going to be a lot of people who want to go there, or Rio de Janeiro down in Brazil, or even if you want to go back to Las Vegas, once it opens up. These are just 3 of the 3,000. Okay. So anyway, you can make big money, and you can do it like right now. And then, this big time money that we're talking about is something that you can make even with a limited travel bookings. You can share our entire opportunity, and you don't have to worry about explaining it on your own, because that's why we're here. And that's why we have these presentations. You've got experienced trainers that are going to be assigned to work with you. And so, it gives an opportunity to earn while you learn. And, when you have that, the initial personal compensation is $30 for each sale. And we're talking about here is selling the TOP package. And Rick's going to talk a little bit more about that in detail later during the training. But you're also going to get $142.84 in deferred compensation, and then $10 a month of residual. So your training is completed after 3 sales, but your total compensation is going to be $90 on the initial compensation, then $482.52 in the deferred, and then $30 a month of residual. So, after you've had those sales, now you're trained, and you certainly want to do more, because the more you do, the more your compensation is, right? So, you're also going to get promoted to team builder, and all that really means is more money. So after those 3 sales, now you get promoted to team builder, and that's where the money really starts getting to be fun. In fact, after those 3 sales and you become a team builder, you're now the trainer, and you're going to get $20 on every training sale that's made with your team. And remember that these are not personal sales; these are members on your team that are having sales. But you're also going to get that deferred compensation per sale of $142.84. And so the deferred compensation paid gets paid when it reaches $1,000. So that's $1,000 bonus that you're going to get. Okay, and you can make this money fast. And so what we want to share with is, you can begin with one person, and help them complete their training by making 3 sales, and then help those 3 make 3 training sales. So when those 9 people make 3 sales, now you're talking about 27 folks, and you want to help those 27 do the same thing. So you can see that there's a process here about everybody having 3 personal sales, right? And so when you're helping each of these people do that and complete their training, that's going to allow you to make some pretty significant income. And this is what we're going to show you now is what the potential earnings can be. So with 121 total team builder sales or groups, sales in your group team builder group, when you add all those up, you can see how it's 121. You're going to get $20 override per sale. So that's over $2,400 right there. And then, along the way, you're going to have $17,000 bonuses. Again, that's $1,000 for every 7 sales. That's $17,000. And then you're going to get a bonus for every 100 active members. So that's a $10,000 bonus. And then you can see now that your total compensation is over $29,400. So realize that, even if it took you 12 months to do this part-time, would it be worth it? Well, we obviously think so. And so remember that you're going to get paid on all sales in your team builder group, regardless of who makes the sale. And of course, you can continue to have personal sales as well, but you'll get paid more for doing that. One of the things we want to make sure you understand is that, see, there's no limit to the number of $1,000 bonuses or the number of $10,000 bonuses that you can earn. So this is just a tip of the iceberg, okay? So there's also a 100-day challenge for a limited time. And what this means is that if you have 100 sales in your first 100 days, then you're going to earn a $10,000 bonus, okay? So again, what that really amounts to is just 1 team builder group sale per day. And when you do that, then you're going to get an additional $25,000 bonus, which when you add it all up, it's over $50,000 in total compensation. So even though, these the $25,000 bonus is paid in $5,000 monthly installments, as long as you keep that 100 level, that's still some pretty significant money that's desperately needed, and especially in a time frame like we're talking about. So we've also got the industry's best recognition reward program, and you'll understand why when we share it with you here. It is the ultimate director program. There's been other companies that have copied it, but they've never matched it. So when you become a level 1 director, you're going to get a blazer from the company that kind of sets you apart from everybody else. And then you're going to get $2 a month in residual, plus $1,000 bonus, okay? And so you're also going to earn anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500, based upon, how big your group is. So when you become a level 2 director, now you're going to get a chance of getting a company car, your choice of a Dodge Charger or a Challenger. And now your bonus per month is going to be anywhere between $2,000 and $4,000. As you become a level 3 director, now you have a choice of having a personal owned car, either Mercedes, a BMW, or a Jag. And now your monthly bonus is anywhere from $3,000 to $7,000. Because again, and the reason it varies like that is because it really is based upon the size of your team. At level 4 director, you're going to get a presidential Rolex watch that's $80,000 in value, and a dream vacation. So it can be this Mediterranean vacation for 12 on a 113-foot private yacht. How cool is that? So anyway, again, there's more money obviously here, anywhere from $6,000 to $12,000 a month. So we have a level 5 directorship that gives the opportunity to have another vehicle, either a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, or a 2 or 4-door Bentley, depending on, what your preference is. But we highly encourage you to go check out these vehicles before you make a selection, to make sure that it fits, or you fit in it. So anywhere there's monies on a monthly basis from $10,000 to $20,000. And, when you become a level 6 director, that's where that $1 million bonus comes into play. And you're also going to be receiving some other cash bonuses, anywhere from $18,000 to $35,000. So, I don't know about you, but like I said, when I was at the convention, I saw those $1 million bonuses paid out. I knew that our company was extraordinary. And, again, like I said, they're willing to do more. This level 7 directorship, it gives you an opportunity to have $1 million vacation home, a yacht, or a coach. And in addition to that, anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 in monthly bonuses. But, what's kind of cool about our company too is that, let's say that, now that you've got to this level, you're not really interested in the vacation home or the yacht or the coach. Well, you can give that $1 million to a nonprofit of your choice or an organization that's in need, and they'll do that on behalf of you. So what a great company to give you that kind of an option. And then the last level, or the highest level of directorship we've got, is level 8 director. And what this amounts to is $150,000 a month. And what you need to understand about this level of directorship is that there's $100,000 that's guaranteed for 10 years. So this is all willable too. Okay, so if something happens to you, the company's going to take care of your family for at least 10 years. But in this regard, but realize this too: all of these levels of directorship have been accomplished by someone in the company already. So what we're telling you is that it's doable, it's been done, and you can do it as well. This all depends on getting started. So, we know that there's a lot of information we shared with you today, but we hope that what you saw excites you and gives you some hope in this situation that we're in right now. So we'd like for you to get started now. You can purchase the travel owner package or the top package for a one-time fee of $499 and then $99.95 a month. But if that's maybe a little bit much right now, there is a travel income package that we offer for $299. It doesn't have the vacation vault or personal travel that has also restaurant and retail savings, but it's still a great way to get started by just gathering customers and earning money that way. Now, there is a limited time stimulus offer that you're also going to be eligible for, and there's also no monthly fee for 90 days if you get started with us here in April. And then those months still count toward your annual vacation reward, that 7-night vacation we were talking about earlier. So, start building your network today. And when you do that, we want you to become a Surge 365 business associate, or an SBA, as we call it for short. And, you're going to have experienced trainers that have vested interest in your success to help you along the way. We do have the industry's leading technology and support for you as part of this package. You're also going to get the highest immediate income potential in the industry. And, so again, realize that this is the real deal. You also have business building and expense tracking apps are included. You can buy them separately, but they're part of this package. The TaxBot application, it goes for about $100 a year, but it's part of this package for a cost that it's going to blow you away here in a second. You also have virtual training from the company founders, and you can have all of this for just $20 a month. So, stop and think about the fact that all of these things would cost you thousands if you had to buy them or create them yourself. But for $20 a month, you've got the company and all the tools that it has to offer. So, Surge365 can be your plan to add certainty to your future, develop additional income, replace the income you recently lost, or determine how much you get paid, because it really is all up to you. So with that, I just want to tell you that it's been a pleasure giving you our new presentation. We hope that it resonated with you in one way or another, and hopefully you'll see how we're helping you. You can help us help others as well that are in the same situation. So with that, I'd like to have it hand it back over to Rick and have him, give you some great information as well. Thanks again, folks.
Well, all righty. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. We all enjoyed that. And we know you invited some of your friends and family members to listen to exactly what we're so excited about. So we're going to bounce into some training. So you still have time to invite the folks that you know so they can find out what we're so excited about. See, this is a win-win situation right now. And it's all about gathering your circle of friends, because your circle of friends is who you want to work with to change your family's financial future. So I'm going to turn this over to Laura, and she's got some great training for us.
Thank you, Brenda. Yeah, and I shared this once before, but I wanted to kind of share it again because I think it really emphasizes, at least for me, the value that this membership, has for me. This is pictures here. This is the Grand View in Las Vegas, and it is a timeshare property. Most of the timeshare properties are 4 or 5-star properties. And keep in mind that, this was back in 2007. But one of the things that makes these properties fantastic, as you can see, is it's a home away from home. You have your own kitchen, your 1 or 2 bedrooms. Some of them have 3 bedrooms, the bath, you can do your laundry, you got a whole living room. Basically everything you need so you can pack light, buy your own groceries, and even cook in and save money by not eating out a lot. Right. And so back in 2007, Dakota was gone on a hunting trip, and I had a friend that wanted to go, for some reason it doesn't want to flip. And I had a friend that wanted to go to Las Vegas. For some reason, we're not flipping here.
Just click on the slide.
Okay. There we go. Cool. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. So anyway, I went with my friend to Las Vegas for the weekend because guys' hunting trip was, guys only. So I went with her to here. And, keep in mind, 2007, at that time, yes, I was involved with these founders in this company, but the only ability that we had was to work as referring travel agents and work as travel agents from home, which was great with all the free training and everything. So we went down there, and of course you have the people offering you the free tickets for a show or X amount of money to spend in a casino, blah, blah, blah. And so we decided to go ahead and do it because we were going to go see the show and have the money because I like to play slots. So we figured, why not? And, they even told me that I wasn't eligible, but I was welcome to go with her. So we wound up taking this tour. They told us it would only be 90 minutes, which is pretty much what they always say. And I will tell you right now, unless you're one of those people that time them and say, hey, your 90 minutes is up, you will lose 3 to 4 hours of your life going through these tours. But great property. So long story short, they showed us the properties, the 1 bedroom, the 2 bedroom. And then when they get down to the end, they had offered me a 1 bedroom that I owned for 1 week every 3 years. Now, at the time, I didn't even really understand that I only owned it for every 3 years because they were talking about bonus weeks and weeks that I would have in between. So as far as I understood, I had a week to go, every year. But those bonus weeks actually cost you an additional $249 or $279. But, they told me, they said, well, it's just a little over $30,000, these properties now, they rent out for anywhere from $300 to $400 a night. So when you're looking at a 1 week vacation, you're looking at a minimum of $2,100, or upwards of $2,100 or more. So that's how they justify the price, by about how many times you come. If you use it this many times, it would be paid for. So I told them no, there was no way I could justify doing that. Loved the property, thought it was great. I mean, even my late husband and I had went through one up in Beaver Creek before. But then they send you to the second guy, and this guy came down to, well, we could do it for $5,000. Well, I couldn't get a hold of Dakota. He's up in the mountains hunting. I thought, well, shoot, that I could do, because I figured 2.5 trips, my investment's paid for. At the time, I had the cash because my husband had passed away. So I went ahead and joined it. Now, my particular timeshare, and this is an RCI property, My maintenance fees are now up to $131 a year, but I know some people that have timeshare properties and they are stuck paying fees that are like $250 every 3 months. Adds up to $1,000 a year. That's a lot of money. And then if I can't go, because we all know life happens, and I had plenty of times around there where life had happened, and I wanted to exchange the property because I didn't want to just lose my investment. So I had to learn how to bank the week. By the time I did this, RCI had actually combined with WorldMark by Wyndham. And so I paid the $199. I had the property converted into reward credits, and I was able to send my parents to Lake Tahoe for a week, which they totally enjoyed. And for the longest time, I started just sending family members, here's Christmas present. Where do you want to go this time? Because I can't go, and I sent them. So anyway, but you bank these unused weeks. You still have, it's a use it or lose it. Some of them are 1, 2, 3 years. It depends on the company that you're with. Now, that is a timeshare where I own a property, that one property, 1 week every 3 years. If I exchange it, I can exchange it for other RCI or now WorldMark properties, but technically that week I own is right there. I didn't do that on credits. So we did that in 2007. 2008 came along. Again, we were offered $75 off of Sportsman's Warehouse. Dakota tells me, well, we'll go listen. He says, but we're not doing this again. We're not buying it. Well, WorldMark with Wyndham is a little bit different. That's owning 10,000 credits each year. They can be used in any WorldMark property all over the world. Long story short there, they left us alone for a few minutes and Dakota tells me, oh, we need to do this. This is a better deal. Okay, I'll let you do the math, but the cost was about $1.68 if you get them on sale per credit, and that was in 2008. And actually, when we originally signed up, we had 6,000 credits. It got refinanced at one point for 8,000, and then again into 10,000. But now their monthly travel dues is up to $90 a month. That's not something I can ever get rid of. And you normally have 2 years, or once again, you lose these credits. And that's how these properties work. So, I've had a lot of people ask me or say, well, why don't you just sell them? Why don't you just get rid of them? Because I cannot sell these to anyone in good conscience. I mean, I got them paid for now, but I can't in good conscience sell them to anyone because what Surge365 has to offer offers so much more. And you have access to those exact same properties through your membership, and you earn reward credits. It's a whole lot cheaper, and you're not stuck with like a deeded title because they're basically like owning a home. You have the property, and it's pretty much an act of Congress to kind of get rid of them anyway. So I just use them in conjunction with what I have. When we go to Las Vegas, I get the properties. I put up as many team members as I can and make it dirt cheap for them to stay and to be able to attend the events. But the membership that's included in the travel owner package, it's a one-time fee of $4.99, as you heard Mariano tell you, and it's $99.95 monthly subscription fee. But not only are you earning reward credits on everything that you do, they're also going to give you a 7-night reward vacation at a 4-star or more. Most of them are 4-star or more properties. So, and you can pick at over 3,000 locations. That is huge. Plus, of course, this is not contractual. So if you did decide to, quit, you could do that. But I would never quit it because I get way too much value out of this. I can tell you that's the one thing I love about the founders. For the longest time, we worked as travel agents from home, and they're always innovative. They knew there was more that we could do in the travel business. So, we launched Surge in 2015. Which is why I went through the whole timeshare travel shares. Now it is so easy to tell those people, no, I have something so much better. And I've explained to them and they tell me they think I should check into that. I'm like, no, I don't need to check into it. I've been with these guys for over 13 years. I know what I have. So the other thing I like about the membership, here's what it looks like for the membership page. As you can see, compared to the Vortex, we have access to so much more. So now that I have this timeshare property, this gives me flexibility, and it's why I love it. You'll see right here, it's pointed at the marketplace. I could actually list my property up here and somebody could bid on it. If I put my week in Vegas up and say, I wanted to just go ahead and offload it, offer it to somebody my whole week for $400, they could actually go to marketplace and say, hey, will you take $300 or will you take $250? I can either accept it or not. So that is another great option. Now, when you look at the timeshare part, there's actually 3 options for timeshare owners. I can actually, you know, if I don't use my week, or I know I'm not going to be able to go to Vegas this year, or the next year, whatever year I own it, I can actually go in here, and as long as my maintenance fees are paid, I can submit it. It calculates out to over 44,000 reward credits, because Vegas is one of those hot locations. They're red all year round normally. Right now they're down, but you know, so over 44,000 credits. I can pay $75 and I have access to those reward credits for 7 to 12 months. And I can use them for another timeshare. I can use them to book a cruise. I can use them to book anything I want to book, you know, rental cars, hotel stays, whatever I want to do, I can use those reward credits however I see fit. Now, the other option, which is free, which I like too, again, if you know, you're normally have only 2-3 years, you know, and then you lose your week. So the free option, again, they assess how many reward credits that you have. I can put it in here and I can exchange it for another timeshare property that we have access to, and I have up to 5 years to use it. That gives me more time to let life settle down and figure out where I want to go and still lose that. And of course, we already went over the option of marketplace. So, and here's just a quick snapshot of it, but there are a ton of timeshare properties that we have, you know, that we have access to, and it's all over the world. It's not just the United States. This one's Quebec, Canada. You can go to the Caribbean. You can go pretty much anywhere you want. All I have to do is put the reward credits in and see which one I want to go. Do I want a 1-bedroom that sleeps 4? You know, they're going to vary, but I can choose whatever I want. And so now I have that flexibility, and I'm not just stuck with losing my investment of the money that I spent on the timeshare property. Travel shares is something different. This works with timeshare properties when you actually, you know, own a week. But the value that this has, like I said, we, as a member, if you don't even own a timeshare, doesn't matter. You can go in here and bid on somebody else's, and you can take that week in these home away from homes dirt cheap, you know, and you can only get that access with Surge365. So I hope that kind of helps show you a little bit more about the value. It's one of the things I really love about this. And for those that have a timeshare, you know, I would still take a look at this at any time. So back over to you, Brenda.
Wow, that was great, Laura. Thank you so much for the information, because what it allows people to know is that even though you might have a timeshare, you could still use that. You could still make money. You don't have to lose by not taking the time that you want. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep moving here, and I'm going to invite Rick to start sharing with us what he knows that's great about having a home-based business. Rick, over to you.
Wow, how about that? That's awesome. Laura, great information.
Yes.
And so we are not a timeshare, thank goodness. We are a membership. But if you were stuck in a timeshare, Brenda and I was stuck in a timeshare, they got us. And it was like pulling teeth to get out of it. But if you do have a timeshare, great information, Laura. It shows how even in this membership, a person has access to other timeshares. Even if you don't have a timeshare, if you do, but it just adds value. But we are not a timeshare, we are a membership. And so what I want to do is just summarize by showing you that top program that Mariana was talking about here. And we've got one little slide for you that we're going to share with you that'll give you a good overview. But that was excellent information, Laura. And again, if you are stuck in a timeshare and you're trying to get out, definitely do and join Surge365, because you'll have access to everything. Now, we do recommend the travel owner package, the top package, and that's what Brenda and I have. And you can add up to 4 people on this executive travel membership, and we get the lowest rates. This is how we travel. As Mariano mentioned, you may not be traveling now. No one's traveling now, but believe me, this industry will bounce back with a vengeance. But we've got of course, access to all the travel. But if you shop online, you're also able to shop online through the program, whether it's Macy's or whether it's Walmart or whatever store, over 75,000 retailers. The great thing about it is that when you shop online or you book any travel, you're getting reward credits. and those reward credits add up. Now, I noticed on one of your slides, Laura, you had 42,000 reward credits. You can use those reward credits for free travel, but it includes the membership. The other thing that it includes is a travel agency. And this is what separates us from a lot of other companies out there. The value when you add everything together. Now, this is a real travel agency, and where you can actually become a travel agent or have access to all the travel agent information globally if you want to take the travel agent training. We've had people that would go back to school, 2-year college, to become a travel agent. So we're talking 2 years later plus, and $5,000 in tuition debt. They come into the business, they have immediate access to this training for the $4.99 and $99 monthly. And if they want a particular trade, if they want to be a SeaWorld specialist, if they want to be a special needs specialist, if they're Disney is their thing, they want to be a Disney specialist, we have access to the entire industry's training. And so this is what a lot of people are doing right now. In fact, Laura, I think you may be leading the pack with 23 additional certifications in addition to your 2-inch binder of all the other ones that you've completed. But these are skills that pay the bills. The third thing that's included, and you heard Mariano mention the Vortex. Now, the Vortex is not network marketing, and that's what I love about it. We have people that come on board that just don't want to do anything network marketing, even though it is the best way to make money and help a lot of people. But the Vortex is a free link that you can give out to the world. Move aside Expedia, move aside Travelocity. It puts you in that same space where they can go to that Vortex link. It's the same hotels, the same cruises, same car rentals, except it's going to save up to 60%, 85 to 90% of the time. And the great thing about it, whatever that person saves, we send you 60% of it. And so it's a way to create an additional income stream, tapping into this global travel business. And it's an international link. And international site, it converts in multiple languages, get it out around the world. And you can do that now with social media. The fourth thing, and we're talking about the value of this travel owner package that's included, the vacation vault. And this is where you're earning reward credits on basically everything, on your personal travel. If you're an organization, on your organizational travel. If you shop online, you're earning reward credits on everything, and they redeem for free vacations. And these reward credits for the travel have a 10-year expiration. Now, when you shop online, 5-year expiration. Interesting story. We needed a water heater several years back, and so we went to Home Depot through our membership, and we earned reward credits by going to Home Depot and getting the water heater that we needed anyway. And we used those reward credits to rent a car. And so these reward credits roll up into the vacation vault. Now, you heard Laura mention this, and this is so cool. Just by being a member, there are no sales requirements. There's no nothing. Just by being a member and staying on board for 12 months, a free vacation. And what we're going after are those unused vacation days. We're taking away every excuse a person could have for not taking a vacation. 7-night resort vacation. Now, this could be a staycation. You could stay right in town, especially even like now, and choose from over 3,000 locations worldwide. I've got a friend who's getting married next year, and so he's going to use a 7-night resort trip for his honeymoon. And I'm sure people in the party that want to kind of tag along too may say, hey, we want to come too. And so that would be a really great trip for the wedding party. And then wrapping up, you heard Mariano talk about the business side, the marketing side of this opportunity, $20 a month. Oh, by the way, I heard you, Mariano, in that new presentation where they're not paying a monthly fee for 90 days for the travel owner package. So you're coming in for a one-time fee of $4.99, and you're not even paying the $99. Tax benefits there too. But anyhow, so wrapping up, circle of friends. People right now, and it's a sad situation, and I think it's going to get sadder as we go along. Many people that have been sent home are not going back to work. That's the sad story here. They're not going back to work. They're being forced to transition. Now, Brenda and I, we transitioned about 2005. I left my job. And so we've been doing this from the home for a while, but there's many people who are just starting to get used to this. This would be an awesome, awesome career to transition into. Do you want to book travel? If you do, if you don't have to. There's no quotas. There's no one hanging over your back. It's total freedom. However, we are building a circle of friends, people that care about each other. And so on the marketing side of this, if you want to reach out and help people in building a circle of friends, you can share the travel owner package. And you can also build a team. And that's where Mariana was talking about the $1,000 bonuses, the $10,000 bonuses. Yes, we've received as many $1,000 bonuses that we couldn't even count. And we've received over $5,000, $10,000 bonuses, which actually equates to about $30,000 each one. And the team overrides and the residual income. I am so glad, Brenda, that we took the time years ago to create residual income that we're benefiting from even now. You never know where you're going to be at. You never know what situation is going to be at. Who could have dreamed of a pandemic? And the people who have procrastinated and continually procrastinate, and they find themselves stuck in a particular situation. Brenda and I, we said, okay, no, let's get prepared. We prepared. We didn't know something like this would come up, but now we're benefiting. We're not scrambling around, but it's not too late, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, this is the perfect business, even starting now. If you want to get a check immediately, whether it's weekly income or whether it's monthly income, whether it's residual income, we can show you how to do that. We've got a team of people that are here to help you. That's what our whole deal is. How can we help you? And so the SBA, one thing that's neat about it, it also includes the TaxBot. The TaxBot is the #1 financial management app out there. And it tracks everything. It tracks your mileage. I understand many people are going to be taking road trips. And so it tracks your mileage. It tracks everything to make tax preparation very convenient for you. We've got the Touch 365 to share the opportunity. Well, Rick, I don't know about this opportunity. Okay, well, the Touch 365 allows you to share this opportunity. Professional videos for people who want to learn what the opportunity is all about. And based on what they need, you can share. We've got videos that really apply to exactly what they need, whether it be the travel agency, whether it be the top program by itself, whether it be the 7-day vacation, just a plethora of videos that you can share. And then we've got the brain tap that walks the person through the training, to make sure that you don't fall through the cracks. Everything you need to know about the business, it steps a new person right through. Great way to onboard to Surge365. Well, in a nutshell, that's our travel owner package. We absolutely recommend it. Get back with the person that invited you to this presentation and come on board today. Over to you, Brenda, to close.
Wow, that was fantastic. And we just thank everyone for joining us. And listen, share this with the folks that you know. Put a circle of friends together, because that's exactly what's happening right now. I mean, our little 4 here, but there's so many more folks in our team, and you want to be able to put your circle of friends together and start changing your family's financial future. We've given you a lot of information. You'll be able to look over this again if you want to kind of put it all together. If you have questions, get back to the person who invited you to hear this and get on board. Start today. Join us. Let's start running with this so you can change your family's financial future. So we invite you again, join us. Get back to the person who invited you to this and follow us on conversationfromhome.live. That's where we're going to be able to give you more information, share with you how we're working with this, what we're doing, how we're enjoying it. A lot of information, because see, once you come on board with us, you won't be by yourself. We will be here to help you succeed. So come on board today and get back with the person who invited you to hear this presentation. And everyone, have a great rest of your day. And pretty soon, we will be able to travel the beaches of the world. Okay, bye-bye all.